Hi, my name's Annabelle Marshall, and today I'm going to be presenting my cultural immersion project. Going into this project, I originally chose to do the ethnographic study on the Latinx group when in reality I had meant Hispanic. Due to my lack of previous knowledge, I believed that they were the same thing or went hand in hand. I wanted to research this group because growing up, I attended a Catholic church and I often saw the Hispanic Mass after the English version, and there was a certain type of morale that was brought into the church as I was leaving. They frequently hosted events like game nights, cooking days, and overall opportunities to get together as often as possible. The best part was that everyone was welcome, and that is what I chose to do my project on: the Hispanic culture and the values that they hold near and dear to them. Historically, the Hispanic culture has always held extreme value in family and community, and that is the bulk of my cultural immersion project. I conducted my research to find out more about the value of family and community and all of the different ways that it comes into their life. My research question was, what is the significance of family and in the Hispanic culture, and how do they demonstrate it? So I chose five cultural elements, the first one being religion. And Catholicism has always played a really large part in many Hispanic families for centuries. To put it in perspective, Spanish-speaking Catholics have been around twice as long as our nation. In early days, new European priests would attempt to ban, replace, and condemn Hispanics, while Hispanics were also under displacement, economic change, and military warfare. Instead of allowing the chaos to take away from their strongly held religion, Catholic feasts and devotions grew at an all-time high. During the Mexican Revolution, Hispanic Catholics would collaborate with U.S. church officials to establish new Catholic churches in places that were more diverse, in order to ensure that their people had a place. Although many Hispanics, when moving to the United States, went through stages of acclimatization, their religion was one thing that did not change, which brought a sense of community, family, and belonging. The second one I chose to explore was personal relationships. The Hispanic culture values family above almost everything else, and they don't stop at just family or even friends. The Hispanic culture values being not just friendly, but genuinely caring for others, whether they're friends, family, coworkers, or a stranger on the sidewalk. No matter who you are or where you came from, they will make an effort to form a deeper level connection with you, deeper than surface level. Even with cultural variance, they make an effort, probably without even thinking about it, just to have a sense of community wherever they are. The next one I focused on was food. And to some of us, food is nothing more than what keeps you going throughout the day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, you kind of grab what's ever on the shelf. But for the Hispanic community, it's kind of a staple for their culture and brings them a sense of community and belonging. They value the time cooking together, the recipes passed down through generations, the familiarity through dishes, and even when they're outside of their own immediate family. There are parts of the community that deeply believe that food is medicine, and the first thing to turn to when you aren't feeling the best is your grandma's homemade tea. They don't write off conventional medicine altogether, but they always make it a priority to not let food work against the medicine. It's an opportunity for them to show their love for others by cooking for them, and food is an opportunity for enculturation, and that's a very special and meaningful thing. The next one is language, and language is kind of an interesting thing because it can unite people together with just a couple words without it even mattering what they're saying. If a Hispanic individual is walking through the grocery store and they hear someone from down the aisle speaking Spanish, they already know that they have something in common. When they may feel like the odd one out, being the only Spanish speaking person in a store, they can gain a sense of belongingness just from this small interaction. The last one I chose to research was traditions, and traditions run very deep in the Hispanic culture. It's the easiest way for enculturation to take place and the most fun way to be around others with the same cultural identity. Making tamales, mariachi music, Day of the Dead, the lighting of the luminarias, and Los Posados are just a couple of the popular cultural traditions. It's just another way that the Hispanic culture ensures a close bond with not only their family, but their community as well. For the three psychological concepts, I started with machismo. And in the Hispanic culture, they hold a very strong belief about masculinity and males serving in the typical gender roles. They believe that men are superior to women and focus on the hyper masculinity. Men are the ones that should focus on work and labor, while the women stay home and focus on homemaking. The second one is extended family. Within the Hispanic culture, they highly value not only immediate family, but also have a drive to take care of their elders as well. Oftentimes, you will see a Hispanic household with 3+ generations living in it at once. This is because of their need to take care of extended family and always ensuring that no one ever goes without. The last and final one is respect. Respect goes very far in the Hispanic culture when it comes to elders, authority figures, or professionals. The Hispanic culture demands respect for all. This leads to many conversations being much more professional when it comes to those people, more than other cultures might believe is needed. For my personal research task of this topic, I decided to go back to what got me interested in this culture in the first place, and that was church. The Hispanic community plays a really large role working with our community that I know that I would find someone that would be willing to open up to me and share about parts of their culture. I decided to talk to roughly a 45-year-old Hispanic man named Brian that regularly attends church and puts on cooking events for the public. I left it overall open-ended for him in regards to family, as just asked kind of what it means to him and to his culture overall. Brian had a little bit of a different take than I expected, which made this to be the perfect conversation. He said that he had been very blessed in life and he was able to attend an amazing college and grow up to work in a job that left him very fortunate financially. He doesn't have much family left around, so he always felt lacking in that area. It didn't take long for him to figure out how to fix it, though. He chooses a different age group from our church's youth groups and takes them on a different adventure every couple weeks. He told me stories about taking sixth grade boys to a Twins game and then out to a hibachi restaurant after, and then the third grade girls to Build-A-Bear and then to get their nails painted. He also made sure to include the fact that he personally funded every single aspect of these days, and when asked why he would spend his hard-earned money on people he barely knows, he spoke about the sense of family these days bring him. He doesn't want any family to feel pressure or any child to go without, which is why he personally funds them. He doesn't want to push his culture on anyone, which is why these adventures are normally geared towards children, but his cooking events highlight his culture. For my personal event attendance, I attended St. Joseph's Hispanic Mass March 15th at 6 p.m. I attended Latino Night April 4th at 5 p.m., St. Joseph Birria Cookout May 2nd at 6:30, and my interview with Brian was February 15th. Family truly means everything to the Hispanic culture, and if they don't have their own tight-knit family, they'll always try to go out and create their own. The sense of belonging that they get throughout their own culture is rich and valuable to all. Acclaration is a huge part of the family aspect as well, and one they prioritize keeping alive and well throughout their culture. And those are my references. Thank you for watching.